Employers recruiting disabled people. The MP for South Cambridgeshire, Heidi is holding an event later this week. She's hoping to help companies become more disability confident. It's being held in Cambridge on Friday, as she told me when I spoke to her a little earlier.
So I want to join employers together with charities and organisations who understand a little about how to support disabled people to find work, because we have far too many untapped skills in our disabled people in Cambridgeshire that should be out there, doing great jobs and helping our companies thrive. And it's a real wasted opportunity. So I want to get employers thinking about employing disabled people.
In 2016, why isn't this happening?
Well, I think a variety of reasons. It is getting better. We are closing what they call the disability employment gap. And it's a real priority for the government. They really want to work hard to address that. But there's a lot of stigma out there still. People don't understand it. Funnily enough, one of the organisations that's supporting us, the Papworth Trust, who a lot of people will have heard of, one of the things that they want to bring to the day is helping people get the language right, because people are a bit scared of saying the wrong thing, and often that's enough to put employers off, that they worry they're going to do something against the law, and it's just too difficult.
And individuals are as well, aren't they? It's somewhere where you fear to tread.
Absolutely.
Almost literally, because there's problems with the language, how you treat somebody, all kinds of things. People aren't very sure about it all.
Absolutely. So it's easier then just to not try. But actually there's such untapped potential in the skills of our disabled communities that it's a real waste for our business community.
There is a line to be crossed, though, and I hear people saying at the moment during the Paralympics they don't want to be condescended to. The idea of a Paralympian being inspiring actually can be quite insulting.
Well, you always have to be careful, and I suppose that's partly what this event is about. It's just breaking down those barriers so that people understand what's appropriate, but also, no pussyfooting. These are equal members of our society who have great talents, and we should be embracing those. But it's learning how to support disabled people, making a few adjustments at work. Sometimes that's all it takes. It's not as onerous as employers might think it is. And, we could work as a much, much better team. We just need to be not scared of each other.
I suppose the same question exists inside as well as outside the Paralympics, and that is, what is disablement?
Absolutely.
And what holds somebody back at the moment? Shouldn't be a barrier.
No, it's a whole raft of things. People might think traditionally of physical disablement, somebody who's perhaps in a wheelchair or has struggles with mobility, but mental health, if you're not on top of your game mental health-wise, if you've got some issues there or some emotional problems, there's a whole different things. Learning disabilities, we've got the National Autistic Society coming along. One of the most heartbreaking things for me, in fact, one of the triggers that made me want to do this event, about 6 months ago, I met a young girl, early 20s, top first-class degree in computer science, bright as a button, with autism. Could she get a job? How fabulous would she be in an IT or a mathematics or an accountancy role, but just wasn't breaking through and employers weren't thinking of her, and we've got to change that stigma.
And with autism, I suppose people automatically think of Rain Man, and that, although it brought it home to lots of people, it also distorted what autism was, didn't it?
Well, it's extremes, isn't it? People, we are all wonderful and different in our own right, and we just need to learn to embrace and respect each other and not pick out the differences, but the things that we have in common. So,
as a parliamentarian, do you believe that the law has a role to play further in here, that more needs to be done legally to change the law?
Well, the law actually is pretty good anyway around disability rights. The difficulty is that employers are scared of getting it wrong, I think. And that's why we've got organisations coming along to offer coaching and access to work. There are things that disabled people can have to help them to get to work. Employers don't have to find the money to make those reasonable adjustments. The law is there already, but people are scared of implementing it in the wrong way.
The Paralympics kind of focuses our mind, happening right now, on the differences, doesn't it? And what can be achieved as well. It gives inspiration to people for various reasons. But it also shows how far Britain has come, because most countries in the world are nowhere on this. They don't even pay attention to disabled rights.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, isn't it? So whilst I know we can do better, you're absolutely right, we do need to remind ourselves that we're not doing badly, but more the reason why we have it within our gift to, really halve that disability gap and have hundreds and hundreds and thousands of disabled people working in our businesses.
So it's this Friday the 16th. Tell us more about where, when, how.
It is. So it's a drop-in, so it's 10 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. And we've got round about 20 stall holders, the council, different charities. We've got, as I mentioned, Papworth Trust, Remploy, who are kind of, if you like, the job centre for people with disabilities. And we've got at the moment about 50 employers signed up to come. It's in the centre of Cambridge, so it's really easy for people to get to. The Cambridge campus of Anglia Ruskin University, which is the Lord Ashcroft building, they call it. All the information's actually on my website as well, heidisouthcams.co.uk. All you need to do is let us know you'd like to come, drop in, stay for 10 minutes, stay for 2 hours, and just learn a little bit about, as an employer, how easy it is for you to employ a disabled person in your organisation. And we're there to support you and give you all the help you need.
Heidi Allen, thank you.